Okay, the Trooper here. I'm back on with Shino. Instrument of Doom is currently a little busy. But yeah, obviously, do you know what time of day it is out there? Because one thing these houses lack is windows.
I think it is, I don't know.
It's
morning.
night. It's night. It's night.
Oh. Yeah, the server's been up, so yeah, it's probably night.
It happens.
Time does pass when no one's around.
Yeah, yeah. I was on a few times in between doing some things to prepare, mainly just doing a lot of shoveling, because I needed to get supplies for a smeltery. Have not assembled it yet. I'm currently in a bed. But, yeah.
So am I.
Okay. Then why is it not... Okay, there we go.
I just got into bed.
Just slight delay. I know it takes a few seconds. But yeah, I got enough supplies where I should be able to make a smeltery. I also have myself a nice customized shield. It's called a battle sign. I told you that it could do this. Holy... okay. See, this is where I need to get myself a bow. Oh, this skeleton is screwed. He's gonna... Gotcha. That was perfect. Loot bag. Nice. That's one thing. I can get a lot of those. Can this block their attacks? Hello? Mana Elemental? Okay, it doesn't block their attacks. Answers my question. Okay. Well, now that part's over. I had a slight abyssal block related incident while I was between things. I kind of had to run away from a rather large number of Shoggoths and a couple of decently sized ghouls. I'd say possibly Omathal. And yes, there is block over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
I see you going right for it. Okay, I'll be back up right here. I don't have anything good for range right now, but... well, that was dramatic.
Yeah. Building.
For a while it looked like it was about to hit you in the face.
This is probably the old code, so it still gets a full enchanting room.
Well, it's handy. I'll give it that. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering how I eat so fast, I have a special accessory. It's called a Gluttony Charm. It's something you can get from Dark Utilities. Because I've been getting some random golden apples, would you like to have one so you can make your own Gluttony Charm?
Sure.
Okay. You need a golden apple, regular, might I add, some string and some wheat. And then you make a Gluttony Charm. It allows you to eat food super fast. It goes in your bauble slot for charms. At least we know where to go if we want to enchant something later.
Yep.
It's right there across the river. But yeah, due to some, the thing is, I also, you know where we was talking about that issue about random stuff possibly giving you things that are going to bypass the progression system you're trying to put in?
Yeah.
I've gotten a little bit of that. I have not gotten to, like, actually mine Core Allium, but I did get some Core Allium gems in a loot bag. Which reminds me, what's going to be in this one? 2 cat music discs and some paper. Fair enough. I like music discs. So whenever I get myself a few diamonds later, maybe I'll have some tunes. I see you got some startup for Tinkers yourself here, too.
Yeah, I made a pickaxe.
Mm-hmm. I have a Matic, a pickaxe, this battle sign, and I have a frying pan. I've tried... might add that the frying pan's new feature doesn't work whenever the target's in water. But if you hit something with a full power strike, like you hold back for a little while and release, then it does like this power attack. And if that power attack kills, then any drops will be cooked. But only if it makes the killing blow, and apparently only if the target is not in water. So it's a slight limit, but still pretty cool. As you can see, I tend to make a lot of my beginning stuff in Tinkers out of bone. least this time I'm mixing it up with a little wood because of the new traits, because that special quality regrowth is really nice. It's just like having auto repair, only it's because of material. I see another abyssal block. Oh, I almost forgot. Gotta check this out. Okay. Watch me as I clear up this... Whoa! Position lag. Watch me as I clear out this Shogoth slime. Or Shogoth ooze. And while I'm doing that, maybe you want to go over the lore of the whole Shogoth, because that is something that is going to be very vital to us doing actual stuff with your mod, obviously.
Well, I mean, that's still just
Whoa!
the basic lore of HPL.
Yeah, but I'm like the lesser Shogoths. I mean, the original Shogoths were part of H.P. Lovecraft's original lore, but past that, it's kind of a bit different, because most of the original Shogoths were huge. Is this within spawn protection area?
It might actually be.
Okay, I think over here... Wait, over here, it's protected. Over here, it's not. I think. Okay, maybe that was just lag on my... Okay, I think that's actually broke. So I think I know where our... Okay, this chunk isn't protected. So I think this is past spawn protection. The thing is...
be about one chunk.
Yeah. Spawn protection innately on servers is there, but it's also small. Okay, I got myself some coal. Did you ever add anything to an additional drop to Shogoth ooze? Because I think with the use of levels mod giving you additional stuff whenever you dig, I've been getting random stuff from it.
It doesn't have any drops at all.
Okay, then it's definitely the levels mod.
Yeah, it's like snow, except you get nothing.
Okay, because there was one time I was trying to do that in another world, doing some cleaning, and I got slime balls. So now I know that totally had to be the other mod, because if Shogoth ooze never drops anything. Okay. I mean, I could see it kind of dropping slime, but I guess that was just incredible luck of getting something that made actual sense.
I just got a painting.
You got a painting.
Yep.
Did you choose your class on levels?
Yeah, I picked miner.
I have fisherman myself, because I like that it gives you bonus points in fishing, because you can get extra stuff that way, and also you get, I think, extra stuff on digging. Digging is the skill that you can get bonus loot when you're digging. So that's why I've been getting stuff. Where was that additional abyssal block? Because I saw one. But yeah, I think might be a slight disagreement in abyssal blocks, because you've updated how the new system works for stuff, but the abyssal blocks is using it as before. I mean, it's taking like the files, right? Like it says this structure over here is just this way, right?
Yeah, it might still be using the old stuff, which is pretty much the same code except it's been copied and then just slightly realigned.
So it's kind of translating right now.
It's using, well, it's creating the same structure except that it doesn't have the but some minor randomization. Were any cracked bricks?
What about cracked bricks?
Yeah, did the structure have any cracked bricks?
Let me look at it, because I'm over here and it's just a little bit over this way. So let me check and see if it has any cracked bricks.
No cracked brick. This is the old one.
Okay. So you added some variants in, and it's not in that selection. So it's just using the old structure.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's basically a copy paste of the structure before adding some more variation to it.
Okay. Well, anyhow, back to the idea before. I was wondering, so what got you to come up with the idea of there being a smaller version of a Shogoth?
Mainly Minecraft's limitation on bigger entities. Because everything tends to kind of break entirely.
Well,
I mean, I know how to fix most of it now.
Oh, well, yeah, and I was going to say that if you need help with a lot of different things, I know a few other modders, including Lycanite, and he can help out with some of that stuff. Although he said recently he's going to try to re-optimize his larger mobs, so therefore Ray of Art and Asmodeus won't be as laggy as they used to be, which is a very good thing. Regular seeds. Do you need any seeds of any type? Because I've got several seeds back at my house.
Not really. I have a random bunch.
Okay, so you have plenty of seeds.
Yeah, I'm just breaking seeds for grass for sake of breaking grass.
Oh, by the way, I found something near my house. Okay, let me kind of give you a little story over here. But you know that hill that's between your house and mine?
Yeah.
Every time I was standing on that hill, I kept hearing like zombies and stuff. So I knew there had to be like either a dungeon or a cave or something underneath it. Turns out it was both. There is a cave system that leads to an Evilcraft version of a dungeon. What they even call an evil dungeon. They're very special, and they're actually a bit rarer than normal dungeons, so I was pretty surprised I found one. Although we might want to run to our beds for a moment. But then again, we're going underground anyhow, so I'm not sure how much that matters. But anyhow, somewhere down here is an evil dungeon. Also, look for additional crystals because I've got 2 types, but I don't have 3 because you need to have at least 3 different types of Thaumcraft crystals to start. So as I show you how to begin the new version, then I'll need to have some more crystals. Because I have some, but I need more. Okay, going to see which way was we going. I'm trying to remember which way I went, because this place is maze-like as it is. I know it's down here. I got some path to it. Which is why I have torches everywhere.
Could be here, maybe.
I think it might be down here. You see where my name tag is? I can see yours.
This is a random hole.
These might unite. But yeah, Lycanite might actually want your help with something soon because he's trying to do a GUI system for something special because he wants to create a block to help with his new equipment overhaul. So think kind of Tinker's Construct, but only within his mod, where you can like hunt down creatures and put their parts together to make equipment. He was really inspired by Monster Hunter, actually.
Oh.
Oh, interesting thing you can do. Remember, we have Tinker's Construct 2, and it has stone torches. So if you get yourself any coal, remember you can just mine up the stone and make these stone sticks. Yeah, come this way. I think this is the way down. And the stone sticks and the coal or charcoal can make stone torches. Okay, is it this way? I know it's a well-lit path because I have a lot of torches. And you may notice some of these are in fact stone torches. See, was it fork in the road? I think it's this way maybe, because I know I have it well lit pretty much to that point. See, is it that way or this way? Nope, that goes dark, so it's not that way. Because I know that I was able to get to the dungeon and then light just a little bit past it. And maybe not this way. Dang, I got myself lost. How did I ever find my own way back out? Because I was really lost. Okay, so maybe I did go down a dark path, literally. Was it this? Nope, this leads to nowhere. Warning, this leads nowhere. I need to pop that block while I'm at it to get that out of my way. Did I stretch a little distance past something? I don't know. Creeper that way. But there is... I kind of need to find it because I left some things behind in that direction too. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm pretty sure we can find our way back out. It's just finding our way to it that would be the issue. Of course, I do need to find some things with other mining because I need a couple of diamonds and I need some redstone. Because oh! That's something handy. By the way, I got myself an emerald pickaxe from a loot chest. I mean from a loot box. I mean loot bag. Loot bag. There we go. Loot bag. And it has a mining level that can actually collect dark gems. Which is actually, well, dark ore. Which is actually very important. I'm just lighting a little past here. So that we can see. Ooh! Water crystals. Nice. Yeah, we might as well go this way because water crystals. As I said, I need more types of crystals. Okay. There we go, and there's some order crystals that way. This is from Abyssalcraft. The thing is, there's an interesting story behind this mod. The current version here is actually both official and unofficial at the same time. Like, it's been allowed by the original author because he's literally skipping a version, or generation of it. So he's going from Abyssalcraft 3 directly to 5, and skipping the version in between. So 4 is kind of official, but kind of unofficial, because it's being allowed to happen as a transitional thing. And the thing is that it had a lot of integration with not only Thaumcraft, but also with blood magic. So they kind of used to all go together. It's an interesting mod that I think you'd want to see the dimension of. The big dimension in it is kind of like a magically irradiated wasteland. But it also represented a utopia at the same time, because the idea is that, and it might even be the true Eldritch dimension, might add. Like, you know how in Thaumcraft they were part of the story was looking for the dimension of Eldritch knowledge?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that something a lot more like what was originally being looked at by thaumaturges is actually in Abyssalcraft, not Thaumcraft itself. Because the story goes in Abyssalcraft that you're trying to find a place with great knowledge as well, but you find out that it looks like a withered, destroyed, magically ripped apart wasteland. So you get the idea of what happened. Apparently, whoever ran the place found the apex of Magitech power, but the problem was that they became too engrossed in their own power and destroyed themselves with it, leaving behind a dead world. So the name of the realm that you find is known as Hawana, the First World, indicating that everything afterwards is what came after that place screwed itself up. Do you have a decent pickaxe, might I add?
Not really. My stone pickaxe just ran out of durability.
Okay, so it is goner. Well, I was going... Well, maybe you can borrow my emerald pickaxe for a second, because I want to show you how to do a little startup on Evilcraft here. Well, I did do a whopper-sized mod review on it, but still. If you can find me. But yeah, what
You're above me?
let me try looking for yours. Okay, where is
I see him.
I was gonna say... Okay. Okay, take this pickaxe for a second. Darn, I don't have my keybinds the way I normally do. Shoot. I almost always use delete for throwing items, not Q. I haven't got all my stuff set up yet, so that's a problem. Let me see here. Inventory. How did that get swapped? Seriously, Bobbles? Just let me... Okay, there. That's good. I don't like having anything set to Q because it tends to mean you randomly do things. But I've actually been pretty good at not having that happen to me for a long time, so now I've actually started doing some things on Q. Ooh! You got an extra bonus that I didn't get yet. You got... Okay, you could toss it back to me, by the way. You got some crushed dark gems. Those are very important. Regular dark gems are nice, but you need crushed dark gems for very particular purposes. There is a way to obtain crushed dark gems through some other mods, but only with integration. Normally you only get it by chance from the ore. So it's... And by the way, fortune does enhance the chance of getting both more dark gems and more crushed dark gems. So it's very important to have a good pickaxe for that. However, we're not in a position to do that right now. So, as it goes. Don't know what's this way. I hear zombies. Maybe it's an alternate path to that, because I kind of saw there was a way around it at the time that I could have taken. I should probably use my other pick for this. I should only use that pickaxe whenever I'm getting very important things. Yeah, that's a dead end. We have lots of prosperity shard ore if we need it. It's just lying around. Wish I knew the path to that... Oh! Here we are! I stumbled right on it. this is an evil dungeon, and you may note I left a few things behind. As at the time I didn't have the inventory space to take it all. But yeah, oh, that's what I also need. I also need some more of these. Okay, I'll take a crystal cluster over here. The weird thing is I don't think fortune affects these. I think it really is just the number of crystals you see. So I don't think a luck trait would really help. But yeah, please preserve all spawners, because there's at least a way or two in the pack that we can exploit them and or move them. So these will do us well later. So conquer, don't destroy. Especially when in Evilcraft there's something that really resonates with vanilla, actually. Are you aware that even in survival you can just click a spawn egg on a spawner and change it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Even if you have the spawn egg for any reason and you click on it, it works. Well, Evilcraft gives you a way of turning creatures back into their spawn eggs. So you can change whatever's in these to whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And I included Evilcraft mostly because it resonated with Thaumcraft, because again this whole pack is themed around Thaumcraft's return. There's only a few things supporting others that don't have direct crossover. But those are just for like a little minor support or a little quality of life thing. But Evilcraft has direct Thaumcraft support. One of the things is that it, how should I put this? It actually makes warp a little more dangerous to have in your world, because there's an option to make it where whenever a vengeance spirit attacks, it causes some more temporary warp. That's kind of a nasty surprise. Well, sort of. I mean, you need a bit of warp in Thaumcraft for certain reasons anyhow. Gonna light up a few dark spots just to make sure things don't pop out at us after a while. Did I break something that also had a torch on it? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I totally broke that. Oh wow! Oh wow! This is spread. I don't think this deposit was this big before, so I know they're actually growing. You should see this deposit of air crystals. I don't think the last time I was here this was this big.
Wow.
I mean, goodness sakes! We're gonna get a haul. Oh, this is ridiculous! Oh gosh. Got crystals? Heck yeah! I think we have enough. Just take what you'd like, and just leave one deposit for later. It'll always regrow, apparently. Or in this case, spread like a weed. That should be good for now. Oh my gosh. Okay, that handles my air quota for the time being. I think they said it's best to start with at least 10 of everything. I think I have enough now to seriously start Thaumcraft. Because the way you get Salus Mundus has really changed. You need to have at least 3 different types of crystals to do it. Huh. I need to mark this location at some point where I can get my... Ugh. Need to mark this spot so I know where it is. Okay. Let me see. How do I do that on my map? I need to... I know this is part of journey map. I'm going over a lot of controls today. Change map type. I prefer it as is usually. I create waypoint. That's conflicting with something. That's conflicting with something. Switch menu with the waypoint manager. Control plus... How does Control plus B actually manage to, like, conflict with something? Okay. Waypoint manager. Got that set up. Okay, so let me see if that works. Okay, so let's do this. New. Evil dungeon. What? Oh, forgot about that. It was spamming a lot of Patreons in my face. People who contribute to the Journey Map mod have all their names in there, so it was like flying all over the place for a second. I'm going, yeah, that was a smart idea. Going into it whenever it spams you with it all. Oh, okay. But yeah, this is going to be useful stuff at some point, so. So I am picking out anything that's the essential craft ores. These little elemental gems are useful. They're used in crafting lots of things. Of course, there's some other stuff that you kind of need, but it's kind of a interesting. It has a guidebook. Oh, I got some crushed dark gem too. Sweet. Okay, we both have a little of that stuff. Nice. I think as one of the quality of life things in here, I think I have iron backpacks. So that'll be a thing that we'll definitely need to get into at some point, because otherwise our inventory will be going off to La La Land. You'll be going, no, I don't feel it. I'm just not in the mood. And we're like, hey, inventory, we need you. But speaking of which, remember how I said that I got the Core Allium before? And it just kind of counted? Well, the thing is, apparently that is starting my lore on the mod, because it does not have itself in Aklo.
You know, oh, it should have been Aklo. It's just the well, I think title is a wasteland will be an Aklo unless you've been to the wasteland.
Never mind. So what is the lore of Aklo? Is that actually in H.P. Lovecraft in the first place, or not?
That's just the language, well, the written language of the Great Old Ones.
Okay.
Or just the, I guess the language in general. But that's one name for it.
Okay, so again, is that in Lovecraft lore already?
Yep.
Nice to know. Okay. Yoink. I got cow tipper from a bat. Yeah. I don't know what added leather to bat drops, but it happened. So, yeah, that's a thing. Oh, no idea what added that. Just none at all. I may have assembled the mod pack, but I don't know absolutely every mod absolutely perfectly. I just know a lot of mods really well. But there are certain things that are added by miscellaneous mods, like Cyclic, for example, that might be just extra things that they do that aren't specifically noted. Like, oh, by the way, whenever you take out bats, you get leather. Or, by the way, whenever you are in watery environments, you might find some guardians to help you get them more often, or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure that I don't think it's Cyclic that does that. I think it's Reliquary, because Reliquary has a special drop for guardians that you need for certain items. So I think it would probably be the one to add that in as a special extra thing of, oh, you get guardians now in other bodies of water. So you probably heard the guardians beaming things, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the reason why is Reliquary, because they give you an item called a guardian spike, and it will help you out greatly, but you have to get it first. So they thought, well, we're not going to make it where they absolutely have to find an ocean monument to get it, so they probably just included that in as an extra of, oh, by the way, you can encounter these guys a lot easier now. So you're like, okay, whatever. So Aklo is also part of Lovecraft lore, nice to know. What was your inspiration behind Core Allium itself?
That's pretty much just a material.
Yeah.
Then it expanded to being more than just a material.
Okay, so it just kind of became more of a thing over time, and I know you built a lot of lore around it afterwards, but I was wondering what the original was on that. I mean, the word itself, Core Allium, makes it sound like it was inspired from coral.
It was.
Okay, and it certainly
Since
does have
the ore
to do.
itself initially just generated inside oceans.
Okay, Creeper just helped me mine. Thanks for that, Creeper. I was not entirely knowing whether or not I wanted to mine these blocks, but, well, since you made that decision for me. I don't need the other thing, but I do need the blue topaz, so I'll take that. But yeah, and now, you know, it's interesting. We actually now finally have coral in vanilla Minecraft because of this update aquatic going on. So, prophecy fulfilled there. Trying to remember if this is the way out. It seems to be going in that general direction. Nope, it just goes to my places I've lit up to keep things from showing up. But yeah, tell me if you find enough, like, redstone and or maybe a diamond or two. Because I'm pretty sure I still need, some of that stuff, because I'd like to be able to get some EMC abilities going on eventually. Because that would be very nice for organizing our stuff. Personally, I've always just loved the idea that that was basically better than applied energistics. You know? Just give yourself a big slush fund. It's like, okay, I could just spin a bit of this, grab a bit of this. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I can definitely tell you're a fan of the EMCs. Right?
I guess. I mean, initially it was just an easy integration to add. But also, then, I mean, I have played some E2 back in the old tech days.
Ah, so you played with the original back in the day. Okay. So that's pretty good time ago there. The thing is, though, it's kind of, I mean, there's been some additions and some changes over time, and you know, it's kind of evolved into Project E. That was kind of an official send-off. Like, the originals did say, "Yep, you can go ahead and continue this." So that's how that happened. Is they're going, well, if you want to. And so from then on, it's been maintained in a kind of special project, all its own. But it still stands, so if you want to re-explore how some things have kind of changed and maintained over time, that would be good. And I need to reroute myself again. Let me see here. This always goes this way, but which way was it? That way, or... See, I don't think I hop up here. Lost in the cave. But I know... Okay, so... After finding Core Allium, what's your major next step in the progression system? Like, I've got a few Core Allium gems. Nothing bigger than that right now, but I have some gems.
And the next step is well, finding a Darklands biome.
Okay,
okay. The Shadow Gems.
Okay, so you go Shadow Gem next, not Abyssal Knight. Okay, I found my top.
Now I'm kind of branching off of Celtech progression, since people have been complaining a lot about Shadow Gems.
Well,
mobs.
Yeah, I can see that, because like, Darkland biomes aren't exactly the most common thing, but they're not the least common either, so I could see people having issues going, but I can't find one. Well, I guess you could go branched path. And say, like, just whatever works.
I mean, you do need some basic stuff for holding energy. Well, you can just go to the Necronomicon, but it's easier to have an energy pedestal or a sacrificial altar.
Yeah.
to just get some energy.
Yeah. Did I put that with... Okay.
And then you also need the Shoggoths in order to get these statues from them.
Yeah. The Shoggoths are always a thing to find, and I think I was mentioning before in a Raw Panic that they had been promoted to semi-elite. Or been promoted from semi-elite to full elite, actually. So I was kind of running away from a lot of stuff at the time. It was actually kind of dramatic. But yeah, I have a couple of Abyssal Knight ingots, but they don't register because I got them from, again, loot bag. But loot bags are nice. They help out with things. Aha! Here is where I can put stuff. Thank you, leather. Wait a moment. More of a fishing thing. Okay, I got some things kind of getting sorted better-ish. I kind of had a situation where I got myself a little loaded. But I'm good now. Things are good. Oh, that reminds me. Since I'm here and I've got some plant-related stuff... Oh, wait, I still don't have redstone dust. You got any redstone?
Nope.
We'll need to go mining. This time maybe just mining, like a big diagonal, and see if we can find some stuff. Sleep or no sleep?
Sleep.
Okay, sleep. I gotta ask the question, because there's some things that you can only get at night. Especially if you're trying to pummel enemies. Oh, that reminds me, there is an enemy that we can only find in dark areas of either the nether or the overworld nether biome. Yeah, they're called Glowstone Skeletons, and that's why I'm only looking for redstone and diamonds to complete my Philosopher's Stone, is if I can get that, I know where I can get glowstone, because I'm pretty sure the glowstone skeletons drop glowstone. But I know they only come out at night in the biome. Like, they won't just spawn during the day like other things do. So you kind of have to chase them down at night. Oh, these skeletons. Come on. Keep trying. Yeah, this guy just burned himself to death in front of me because I had a decent shield. Again, these battle signs are nice. I don't think they take durability damage when they get hit. I mean, I know I got myself a nice piece of wood as a handle for it to regrow, but I don't think it takes durability damage in the first place whenever it's used as a shield. I think it only takes durability damage whenever you actually hit things with it. Which would actually be nice, because apparently they have really great knockback. So I think we should just mine for stuff or something. Because if I can get some redstone, I can make a compass. If I can make a compass, then I can make a nature's compass. If I can make a nature's compass, I can find any biome we need. That's why I love that mod. And the coolest thing is it doesn't really spoil the exploration, because it doesn't tell you what's between you and that biome, you know? It's like, oh, it's over that way. So you're going over there, and you find like 5 different cool things along the way, like a couple structures, a couple extra biomes, and maybe some loot. And you're going, okay, adventure and a half, just pointing myself in the right direction. Is there any... I may have to do something really desperate. I may have to. There's an item I know how to transmute, but this would take a lot of Abyssalcraft work. Hey, that's an interesting alternative. If I can even get some. Did not realize this was a thing. If we kill enough witches, we can use witch hats to get redstone if they don't drop any along the way. I'm not even kidding. Actually, let me see if some of these ores are actually compatible. Because it's saying that I can get a special nether-based ore to get redstone as well. See, the dull dust is something I might have to use. Okay, so I was trying to remember how to make it. That's sugar and gunpowder. But the problem with that is the only way to do it is if I have at least a promise of tenacity 2. And that takes a little work. Well, how would you like to play around with Evilcraft? Because if I don't... Because I'm going to go around in this overworld nether biome while we discuss lore and stuff, and I'll just look and see if I can find what I'm looking for, which will be some nice redstone ore along the surface. See if the redstone ore for the nether from Psychic is compatible with this with this biome. If it's not, then it's not a perfect relationship. And that is possible. Sometimes it doesn't register just because it's like that. So let me see, because I have seen some ores from the nether be compatible and some not. Like I know you can find ores from a few mods in there that just say directly, okay, it acts like the nether, so we'll call it the nether. But others, not so much. So I am hunting for redstone. Not quite my range. This is why I like the idea of having pole arms have extended reach, whether or not they're thrown. Wow, I got some good items from that. A molten core, some magma cream. Sweet. Okay. I'm patrolling elemental infused ore. This one is the red one. So those are worth some fire gems. Good, good. Flame drops. Drops, not gems. There are ways to actually manufacture those within the mod. That's pretty easy. You can make these kind of minor altars and toss certain things in, and it'll return you the elemental drop. So when playing Abyssalcraft, you gotta know that its ores aren't absolutely necessary, because after you get a little bit of them, you can start making the same thing over and over. Ooh! Oh, sweet goodness. How familiar are you with Ars Magica?
Not really.
I just found one of the things you need to start the mod. So if you want to see a completely alternate take on spellcrafting compared to yours, then we could do that at some point. But right now I'm just going to note it for later rather than like start on it right now, because it'll just be a thing we can do in the future. Because it's not like something you have to absolutely go for. I am not seeing much in the way of ores around here. It's mostly netherrack. I mean, there's some ore piles, which I'm assuming is because of just general structural stuff just forking it over, or maybe that's just the way this biome is. Because I've seen that otherwise too. So that might just be the way that they are. They have just random overworld ores on top of them. So that could be just the way it is. I'm trying to look for any ores in this netherrack, and it does not look very inspiring. But did you think of Abyssalnite as a material just because, Abyssalnite?
Initially, more or less, since it was pretty much the first material I created.
Okay.
As in, learning to make ores and ingots and then armor out of it.
Okay. Well, do you think of it as like its own like element or something? Like, or is it just like an alloy that happens to be sometimes naturally occurring?
It's its own element.
Okay. So Abyssalnite is Abyssalnite. That is all there is to it. Assuming you can find it, I have a little, actually, but I need to start up with... Oh! Out of my way! I see a creeper. It's... Darn, missed. Well, still didn't hit me. I just didn't finish him off. It's one thing, just that little bit of lag means sometimes the difference between getting that piece of gunpowder and it just exploding. Oh well. I gave it a good go. There's a cave underneath this. Does it turn into, like, actual... Does it turn into actual, like, cave? Or is this, like, a nether-based thing? Because I'm kind of curious how this is going to wind up. Because there is a cave underneath this biome. Nope, it's a hollow spot. Okay, maybe that's just where chisel got removed. But there's some other areas where there's regular stone, so it's interesting. And as for Core Allium, do you also view that kind of as its own element? Because I know you were telling me before Dreadium is kind of a bit more complex.
Yeah, Core Allium is its own element as well.
Okay, but you could probably also mention to the viewers what you were talking to me earlier about Dreadium being like different things simultaneously.
It does. I mean, Dreadium in itself is an element, but then the Dread Plague, that's a whole different thing. Since the plague is, microorganisms, just pathogens.
So
That can mutate incredibly in order to adapt to anything.
So you think it's more like a microbe that's dependent on Dreadium, like it's like instead of carbon-based, it's like a Dreadium-based life form, and then it seeks to corrupt everything else?
It's usually partially, but not really. It's just I haven't really broken down the Dread Plague into being composed of a specific element. It's more it's able to create Dreadium by going after other elements and mostly irradiating them.
So again, kind of like we were thinking before, like a living linear reactor. It's just building up elements into Dreadium and saying, okay, now that we have access to this element, I can use it now. But I had to like burn through all these other things in a little nuclear process.
Yeah.
But they're finally figuring out linear is a thing. I mean, it's something that's still taking a lot of work, because the interesting thing is they know that it works, but they're still trying to figure out how. And there's still a lot of theories going around, and there's this one that popped up recently. I'm going, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. But at the same time, they still haven't like absolutely proven how it works. They just know that it does. So it is in fact possible to transmute elements using special setups, including like pressure and heat. And there is a village past this biome. Oh, that has a tall building. Okay, that's a thing. Oh, I see Darklands. Never mind the compass. I found something. No. I think we might have a statue too. I'm not going to go over there right now, but we might have a statue. Are you able to fight in the night, or do I need to find my home again?
Well, I don't have a weapon, but I could probably try.
Something happened. You're still in the call, right? How was I flying? If you're receiving this message, this means that previously there has either been a major session-ending crash. I have been editing a session due to length, so that I can divide it into more than one episode, and may not have found a natural moment to sign off. Or for some other reason, I was not able to sign off properly. Therefore, I will give my traditional ending now. Okay, this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be signing off for now. Hope to hear from you all later, so bye for now, everybody. And because this happens to be right here, I'm just gonna also say and join the parrot party.